everyone! Welcome to our presentation about the scientific approach. Today, we would like to discuss the concept of the scientific approach and its application in the learning process. Before we begin, let me introduce our group members. First is Naila Kusnia Komaria with class ID student 171 and then Nia Aulia Dwi Masita with class ID student 173 and then the third is Asfia Rahma Maulidia with class ID student 177 and the last is Sisi Dwi Rahmawati with class ID student 191. Let's continue to the introduction of the scientific approach. The scientific approach is a systematic and logical method that helps us gain and develop knowledge through observation, questioning, experimentation, and reasoning. It emphasizes critical thinking, objectivity, and learning based on evidence. According to Longman 2014, the scientific approach is a process of finding out information by testing ideas and making decisions based on analysis. In the context of education, this approach encourages students to learn actively and become more independent by discovering and understanding concepts through exploration and inquiry. In short, the scientific approach helps make learning more meaningful, interactive, and centered on the students themselves.
Here I will explain about characteristic of scientific approach. There are 5 characteristics. So the first is based on empirical evidence and logical reasoning. This means learning is based on real facts and data, not just assumptions. Students are encouraged to analyze information logically and make conclusions supported by evidence. Second, focus on objectivity and critical thinking. Students learn to think clearly, avoid bias, and evaluate information carefully. It helps them form opinion based on logic, not emotion. Third, involves systematic and structured steps. The learning process follows clear stage: observing, questioning, experimenting, associating, and communicating. So students understand the flow of scientific learning. Fourth, encourage students' independence and creativity. This approach allows students to explore and find knowledge by themselves, making them more active and creative in discovering ideas. And the last is promotes interaction and communication in learning. Students are given opportunities to discuss, share opinion, and present their findings, helping them improve communicating and teamwork. Next, purpose of scientific approach in education. The first, to help students think logically and scientifically. The goal is to make students reason like scientists, analyzing problems carefully, drawing conclusions based on facts, and making smart decisions. Second, to encourage active learning through discovery. Instead of just listening to the teacher, students find answers through observation, questioning, and exploration. So, learning becomes more meaningful. Third, to integrate knowledge, skills, and attitudes. This approach connects what students know, what they can do, and how they behave, creating a balance between theory, practice, and value. And last, to support the 2013 curriculum. The scientific approach matches the goals of 2013 curriculum, which focus on the learning process and developing students' competence.
Hi everyone, now I will explain the 5 steps of the scientific approach in English learning. There are 5 steps: observing, questioning, experimenting, acquisitioning, and communicating. Let's take the topic descriptive text as an example. First, observing. We read and observe explains of descriptive text. Second, questioning. We ask about the structure and language features. Third, experimenting. We write our own descriptive paragraph. Next, a questioning. We compare our rating with examples to find similarities. And finally, communicating. We present our text to the class. So, these 5 steps help students learn actively and think critically. That's all for me, and the next part will be explained by my friend. Thank you.
Next, let's talk about the benefit of using a scientific approach. First, it helps students build critical and analytical thinking. They learn to question, explore, and draw conclusions logically. Second, it encourages collaboration and communication because students often work together to discover findings and share ideas. And the third is it improves creativity and curiosity. Students become more eager to discover new things. And lastly, it makes learning more engaging and meaningful since they learn through real experiences and exploration. To conclude, the scientific approach guides students to learn by doing. It helps them develop their ability to observe, analyze, and communicate knowledge effectively. Through this approach, learning is transformed from teacher-centered to student-centered, making students more active and independent in the learning process. Okay, that's all from our presentation about the scientific approach. We hope this presentation helps you understand how the scientific approach can make learning more active, meaningful, and enjoyable. Thank you for your attention, and last I say, wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.